Hello, Sister Deltas. My name is Anna Hussey, and I'm a member of the Epsilon Z chapter at Stanford University in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm originally from Wisconsin, but decided to go to school in the South. Living 12 hours away from home, I don't have the opportunity, like a lot of my sisters, to go home whenever I'm having a stressful week or a bad day. That means I've had to learn how to cope with my mental health, and I just wanted to share some of my successes with you in hope of impacting your future. It can be difficult to balance sorority life with school and everything else going on. So I always think that it's important to come up with coping mechanisms that you can use whenever you're feeling stressful or down. I think that especially when you're emotionally stable, it is critical to write down a bunch of different coping mechanisms that you can try so that when you are having a rough time, you can look at this list and find out which coping mechanisms work for you. So for me, I have learned that there are two different types of coping mechanisms, one of them being emotion focused and one of them being problem focused. For me, I'm an extrovert, so I loved being organized and planning everything. And one thing that really helped me was creating a daily schedule that has my school time, my homework time, work time, meal time, sorority time, sleep time, and everything else in between. This really helps me balance out my day so that I know when I have time to relax or do my schoolwork and don't feel overwhelmed. I also think that it was important for me to delete social media off my phone. Now, this is a huge shock as I used to be addicted to Snapchat and Instagram, but I was always scrolling on there during my day, looking at what other people were doing and on Instagram and looking at Snapchat and seeing what all my sisters were doing. In the end, I thought it was best for my mental health to delete social media. And honestly, it's been a couple months and it's been really amazing. And the impact on my mental health has been phenomenal. If you are contemplating deleting social media, consider this. Is social media impacting my life in a positive or negative way? Lastly, I think that opening up to a close sister or a professional can be wise. There's such a stigma behind therapy and it's negative, but in the end, it can be so helpful and impactful, and you can have so many positive outcomes that can come from someone that is educated in these topics. Some emotion-focused coping strategies I have used for my stress are doing a puzzle with a friend, which is always fun, going to get my nails done with my roommate, or even just going to work out in the gym with a sister. I know how hard it is to not act impulsively. So I think keeping all those triggers away that you can use to cope that are negative, keeping them away would be good. For me, it was not keeping hair dye under my sink when I was feeling impulsive and stressed and having it turn red instead of black like you wanted it to. One of the most impactful decisions that I have made, though, was adopting a dog. Boomer, come here. Hey, come here. Come on. Come here. Yay! So this is Boomer. Oh, he's not being super fun today. Boomer was a dog that I adopted in September. Especially since COVID started, I was really feeling sad and alone, not having a dog. And during coronavirus, when it first started, I was back home and always hanging with my dog back there. But in Birmingham, I didn't have that kind of companionship. So I would always go to the local humane society and just look at dogs and play with them, but wasn't really sure if I wanted to adopt one. But in September, I went one day and I met Boomer and he jumped in my lap right away. And I knew I had to take this little bundle of joy home. He has been such a blessing in my life and has really helped me care about someone else besides myself and help be more humble. He has made me have a consistent schedule, waking up early, going on walks and runs, being outside, and it's just really been impactful to me. I know that adopting a dog is not something that everyone can do, so I always recommend volunteering at a local humane society or even finding a close sister that has a dog can be really helpful. And if not, you can always come visit Boomer and I. COVID has definitely changed my life and my mental health, but I've learned that using effective coping mechanisms, I can conquer any fear or doubt that I have. It takes time and practice, but in the end, it's worth it. Thank you for listening to my story.